This is the WWE SmackDown, November 28, 2025, full show results video, which takes place at Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. LA Knight is interviewed backstage and vents his frustration at not knowing his opponent. When told he's facing another mystery challenger, he stumbles in anger, saying he deserves a bye. He claims the tournament is starting to piss him off and warns that whoever steps out as his mystery opponent is getting dropped with a BFT for the 3 count the hard way. Then we saw the last time is now tournament quarterfinals match between Jey Uso versus Rusev. Rusev explodes out of the gate with corner stomps, brutal elbow drops, and a suplex for an early 2 count, asserting dominance as we head to commercial. After the break, he crushes Jey Uso in a bear hug until Jey fights free with punches and headbutts. Momentum swings as Jey lands heavy strikes, a Samoan drop, and a spear, but Rusev shocks him by kicking out at 1. Jey goes airborne, only to be blasted midair by the Machka kick for 2. The Bulgarian Lion fires up, nearly locking in the accolade, but Uso escapes, hits another spear, and finishes Rusev with a top rope diving splash for the win. Backstage, Aldis prepares to draw a replacement entrant for the tournament while The Miz insists he should be allowed back in. Aldis sympathizes but says the process must be fair. R-Truth interrupts, confused about Aldis balls, leading to comedic back and forth as Aldis clarifies that Truth's name is already in the tumbler. After Miz's final plea, Aldis opens the selected ball, revealing Miz himself. Miz excitedly celebrates, and Truth returns to joke that Aldis just couldn't resist his own balls. In a backstage interview with Kathy Kelly, Damian Priest says his eye is healed, and the past is behind him, but Aleister Black and Zelina Vega are trying to change him, and all Black has done is piss him off. Zelina arrives, questioning where the punishment is and why Priest is the only one suffering. Priest asks if Black sent her, but she claims she came alone because Aleister is busy. As she hints at punishment, a spotlight reveals Aleister Black watching from the background. Rhea Ripley rolls up for a happy reunion with Damian and says she has an idea to run past him later. He says she knows where to find him. The show returns from commercial to reveal the ring lavishly decorated for Chelsea Green's long-promised championship celebration. Green arrives in a sparkling deep blue gown with a medieval-style sash, wearing a Miss North America banner and both her titles, while Alba Fire plays her over-the-top Secret Service bodyguard in a flashy fur blazer. On the mic, Chelsea proclaims herself the most dangerous United States champion and the greatest women's champion in WWE, US, and the North Americas. She announces a costly pyro display in multiple languages, but nothing happens. Suddenly, Jade Cargill storms out in black vinyl gear and a spiked blazer, wipes out Alba on her way to the ring, and drops Green with the Jaded, ruining the celebration instantly. The babyface women's WarGames team is backstage, and AJ Lee says she knows they're gonna win and she'll make sure of it. Charlotte Flair says she's gonna win the advantage match. Jade Cargill is interviewed after the break, saying she can't stand anyone running their mouth like Chelsea Green did, and anyone with a problem can step up and get knocked down. B-Fab brushes past, prompting Jade to ask if she wants trouble, but B-Fab quickly backs off. Mia Yim arrives to check on her friend, and B-Fab says she's fine, and Mia remarks that nobody seems willing to stand up to Jade, so it might have to be her. Then we saw the last time is now tournament quarterfinals between LA Knight versus The Miz. LA Knight and The Miz battle in a competitive back-and-forth match, with Miz fighting hard to prove himself. Knight gains early control with a swinging neckbreaker, but Miz turns the tide by sending him to the floor and smashing him into the barricade before the break. After the commercial, both men trade submissions and counters until they collide with a double down. Knight rallies with a leg sweep and jumping neckbreaker, while Miz answers with a near-fall skull-crushing finale and an STF in the center ring. Knight barely reaches the ropes, and both scramble for momentum. Miz tries to steal the win with his feet on the ropes, but Charles Robinson catches him. The opening lets Knight strike, hitting the BFT for the pinfall victory. Backstage, the heel women's WarGames team gathers as Becky Lynch delivers a pep talk that's really her scolding the others for not winning as much as she does. Nia Jax reminds her that the night is about Asuka securing the WarGames advantage by beating Charlotte Flair. Asuka adds that the last time she beat Charlotte, she sidelined her for a year, then walks off singing. Kathy Kelly interviews Ilya Dragunov backstage, where he reaffirms that his United States title open challenge is still open to anyone worthy. Tommaso Ciampa interrupts, insisting Ilya should focus on him instead. Holding up Axiom's mask from last week's attack, Ciampa warns that just as he took the mask, he intends to take Ilya's title. After a tense exchange, Dragunov says he'll think about it, then calls Ciampa a jackass. Then we saw a WarGames advantage match between Asuka versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair and Asuka opened with heavy strikes, Flair landing a shoulder tackle and a kick before Asuka fired back with a counter kick on the apron heading into the commercial break. After returning, Flair connected with a top rope crossbody, but Asuka rolled through for a close near fall. Asuka unleashed sharp kicks and strikes, only for Flair to answer with a big boot. The two traded blows, with Flair delivering her signature chops and a fallaway slam before landing a moonsault for another near fall. A German suplex from Flair was reversed by Asuka, who hit her own suplex and followed with a face kick and knee strike. Asuka nearly secured an armbar, but Flair powered out with a powerbomb. Outside the ring, Flair threw Asuka over the announce table, dodging Asuka's attempted blue mist, which struck a cameraman instead. Back inside, Flair survived the Asuka lock, countered to a pin, and ultimately hit natural selection to score the victory. In the main event of the show, we saw a 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match between Motor City Machine Guns, Rey Fenix, Sami Zayn, and Shinsuke Nakamura versus the MFTs. The match opened with Tama Tonga and Chris Sabin trading early offense before Solo Sikoa forced himself in, leveling Sabin with heavy strikes. Shinsuke Nakamura and Mateo tagged in, and Nakamura exploded with kicks, a dropkick, and a released German suplex. Solo broke up the pin, prompting chaos as Zayn dumped Solo outside, and the MFTs were cleared from the ring. Back inside, the Motor City Machine Guns hit their finisher on Mateo to eliminate him. JC Mateo eliminated. Tama rushed in with clotheslines but was overwhelmed by more double-team offense. Nakamura tagged in, but after a hard exchange, Tama hit the cutthroat to pin him, and Shinsuke Nakamura was eliminated. Phoenix entered with speed but was double-teamed by Tama and Loa. A spinebuster from Tama wasn't enough, and Phoenix countered Loa with a Hurricane Rana to score a shocking elimination. Tonga Loa was eliminated. Tala Tonga arrived and overpowered Phoenix before tagging Solo. The Guns double-teamed Solo, but interference from Tama allowed Tala to chokeslam Shelley for the elimination, and Alex Shelley was eliminated. Tala then caught Sabin midair and eliminated him as well. Chris Sabin was eliminated. Phoenix returned with a flurry, hitting a huge frog splash to the outside, but upon re-entering the ring, Tama caught him with the cutthroat, and Rey Fenix was eliminated. Tala brutalized Zayn outside the ring, but a missed boot sent him crashing into the timekeeper's area, giving Zayn a count-out victory, and Tala Tonga was eliminated. Solo entered as the final opponent and unleashed two spinning solos and an Uso splash, but Zayn refused to stay down. Zayn countered the Samoan spike repeatedly, even scoring near falls, but Solo ultimately connected with the spike to win the match. After the match, the lights went out. When they returned, the Wyatt Sicks surrounded the ring. Solo turned to face Uncle Howdy, only to be dropped with Sister Abigail as the show ended. How would you rate this week's SmackDown show? Tell me in the comments, and thanks for watching.